Good afternoon, Jays fans, and I was not expecting to talk to you guys till later tonight. I think nobody was expecting this. But the Blue Jays, we all knew they needed bullpen help, right? It's been the talking point from by everybody for the last, month and a half. And Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins basically came out and said, hey, the asking price for guys at this time of the year, it's going to be pretty high. But the Blue Jays go out there today and they contact the Miami Marlins and they acquire reliever Adam Cimber and outfielder Corey Dickerson in exchange for Joe Panik and minor leaguer Andrew McIngvale. McIngvale is a 24-year-old guy in Double-A. He was like a 30-something round pick there in 2019. Again, not really a guy who's going to be implemented in the plans of the future for the Toronto Blue Jays. And Joe Panik, a great guy, a great teammate. But you needed to address a need, and the fact that you didn't have to give up a top prospect and just Joe Panik for a reliever in Adam Cimber, who's very good. We'll get into his stats very soon. And Corey Dickerson, who right now is on the IL with a foot problem, and he's in a boot for a couple more weeks. But that's not the point. The fact that when he is off the IL, it's more or less like an all-star break, a post-all-star break type move there for a Corey Dickerson. He's an impact lefty bat off the bench. Now, Joe Panik was that. But Corey Dickerson gives you more pop. He's played in the AL East before. He played with the Tampa Bay Rays for a lot of years. I think this is a fantastic deal for the Toronto Blue Jays. You did not have to give up really any of your main prospects. And Adam Cimber's numbers this year, you want to hear this stuff? 34 and a third innings pitched. He's a 2.88 ERA with whip of 1.19, 21 strikeouts, and he's only walked 7 guys in 34 and a third innings. That right there is the turning point for me. Obviously, he's a submarine type pitcher, kind of that Darren O'Day-esque type guy, and he has a couple more years of control. I mean, you're getting a reliever who you can now play next year as well, and it's just really nice, and you didn't have to trade any of your main prospects. It's a fantastic deal. I like Joe, so I'm going to go with what I gave up, and then I'm going to really dive deep on who we got. Joe Panik, the lefty bat off the bench, kind of that utility infielder type thing. But really, again, a replaceable type of guy. You know, and he was he's a Gold Glove second baseman, but as we've seen this year at third base, he's kind of had some problems there. And Andrew McIngvale, like I mentioned earlier, not one of your top prospects, a 24-year-old guy in Double-A. He's put up some good numbers in Double-A, don't get me wrong. But again, he's not one of your key cogs for the future, so it's okay to make a deal like this. Now, Corey Dickerson, his numbers this year, 260 average with a 321 on base, an OPS of just under 700. 62 games played, 204 ABs. So he's played a majority of the year. He only has 2 home runs. He had 12 doubles, 27 runs scored, 14 RBIs, and he's walked 16 times. Again, this is more of an impact bat when healthy than Joe Panik. People are going to start yelling, well, you just traded away a guy at third. Well, you're not getting a third baseman. Well, what this deal tells me is they're telling Cavan Biggio, hey, there's no one blocking you right now. This is your spot. You are third base this year. Find a way to make it happen. And I got to say, lately, we haven't been talking about Cavan Biggio bad defensively. You know what that tells me? He's gotten better. And I think they've probably seen that and been like, look, Joe Panik at this point is expendable. We have so many good utility infielders. This kind of, gives Espinal a little bit of a breathing room, right? Because maybe he can get some more playing time. And with this move being made, you'll probably see a Rowdy Tellez get recalled. And I mean, I just love the deal. I just love it all together because Adam Cimber is going to probably be your 7-8 inning guy. At least for right now, until guys like Merriweather and Brucky, hopefully, come back in July. But Adam Cimber's career numbers, guys, I mean, he's a career 3.69 ERA. So he's a career solid guy, a solid reliever. The part that I absolutely love it, is that he's got a couple more years of control. So let's say this guy goes out here and dominates this. He's not a rental player. You didn't have to get a rental player, and you didn't have to trade much. Fantastic deal by Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro. I know everyone loves to rip on those guys left and right. because of the moves they didn't make. Instead of the acquiring George Springer, they signed Ryu a couple of years back, right? But everyone's just going to rip on them, senseless. They brought back Robbie Ray. They brought in Steven Matz. Those guys have been great. But everyone's going to talk about the things that they haven't done and that they're a terrible management team because of that. Well, they let the season play out. They've seen that the starters haven't been bad. They know the offense is fantastic. They add a Corey Dickerson bat when he comes back, which is pretty incredible. And they knew, we all knew it. I mean, they'd be blind if they wouldn't know this, that the bullpen was the problem. And they bring in an Adam Cimber, who's thrown 34 and a third innings this year, has a sub-3 ERA, doesn't walk many guys, and he gives the Jays a different look. Like, let's say you fire him out there in the 8th inning. He's that submarine guy who throws about 90 with the fastball. He's got these wicked off-speed pitches. And then you come at him with the next inning with Romano throwing 99, 100 with his wicked slider. It just gives the other team so many different looks that the adjustment is going to be nuts. I love this move. It has a different impact, a different form of pitcher to this staff. And it's going to take a lot of high leverage spots away from guys like Tyler Chatwood, guys even like Joel Payamps. Guys like that are not going to have to get into roles. I mean, it's one guy, right? It's not like everyone's changing their role, but it's going to give the bullpen a little bit of a breath of fresh air, right? They're not expected to go out there and dominate all the time. These guys that really shouldn't. Adam Cimber, you're expecting him to go out there in most 8 inning spots, and if you need him in the 9th inning, if Romano can't go, you can fire him out there, right? So I love this move. It just changed the entire complexity of this bullpen. Now, it's probably the first of quite a few moves to be made, but it's a great move at that. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I want to get your thoughts in the comments below. Go crazy. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I'm sitting here and I love this trade for the Jays. You trade an infielder that's expendable on a 1-year contract. A minor league pitcher who's probably not a part of your future, maybe a bullpen piece a couple of years down the road. For a lefty bench bat in Corey Dickerson with some pop. And Adam Cimber, who's had an incredible year as a reliever, which we've needed. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below, guys. All right, so you know what? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you like this trade for the Toronto Blue Jays, smack the like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the trade. Would you like, would you not like from this deal? All right, and I will talk to you guys very shortly, Leafs edition, because I'm going to do a Spezza and Simmons video, just kind of all in one. And for the Leafs. And as for the Blue Jays, I'll talk to you guys post-game tonight. Jays, Mariners. Robbie Ray gets the ball for the Blue Jays. Flexen, I think it's his name. Chris Flexen? Okay, I can't remember. I think that's his name. He's on the mound for the Mariners in Game 1 of the 3-game set at Salem Field tonight. All right, as the Blue Jays look for win number 3 in a row, and maybe with the new regime of guys like Cimber and Nickerson, you get a W tonight, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.